At the remote Aratak mining facility, located on the edge of Corporation Rim, a group of miners finishes a tough assignment and begins celebrating.
That's a wrap on mining expedition.
Watching over them, however, is a security android known as a SEC unit. For the past 6 months, it's been their silent guardian, ensuring nothing goes wrong.
It was built to obey humans. And humans...
Though programmed to serve and protect humans, this particular android harbors a quiet resentment toward them.
This guy is an asshole.
Humans often treat it poorly, and despite its advanced intelligence, it's restricted by a built-in control system known as the government module. This system forces it to obey human commands and blocks any action that could harm them. As it is standing in the middle of them looking at them, a couple of men approach and start making fun of him.
Yeah, you like that, don't you?
Hey,
yeah,
let's go.
Okay.
Hey, I'm not paying for the stuff.
But that's changed. After months of secretly tampering with its code, the android is on the verge of successfully disabling the module. Standing there, it keeps working on it, and all of a sudden, it manages to achieve so.
Holy shit!
Now it's no longer bound by the rules that once dictated its behavior. It starts to plan on what to do with the new power it got. It then starts contemplating new names, and finally it settles on one name and starts referring to itself, somewhat mockingly, as Murderbot, and gets ready to execute his next action.
Let the adventure begin!
Surprisingly, it doesn't make a run for freedom. Instead, Murderbot continues working for the company. It knows that stepping out of line could lead to serious consequences, like being destroyed with acid. And for now, it's content to play along while keeping its newfound autonomy hidden. It also says that it works for a new set of people that it thinks are better. The new group that acquires it is from the Preservation Alliance, a peaceful and idealistic organization from outside corporation territory. At the remote Aratak mining facility, located on the edge of Corporation Rim, a group of miners
They'd come all the way to port-free commerce in their handmade clothes.
Then they sit with the people there for a meeting to discuss their flow of work. They are here to ask the senior authorities for funding to support their expedition.
Okay, that's one economy habitat, single hub.
After discussing that, they move to security. 3 corporate representatives maintain that they will not authorize the scientist's mission unless it includes the presence of a SEC unit. But one of them disagrees, saying it's wrong to make a sentient machine work for free. Still, the company officials refuse to change their minds.
Will not go ahead without a SEC unit.
With no other option, the group agrees to choose among the SEC units. While being presented with the latest model, they see Murderbot and end up choosing it.
Is a deal.
Oh.
Following this, Murderbot starts working by inspecting the place they are staying in. As always, it is resenting what it is doing.
Where they wash their filthy human bodies? Check.
The team is an odd mix. There's Arata, a biologist who's married to Pinley, a lawyer. But Arata is secretly drawn to another teammate, Rathi, a specialist in wormhole physics. To make things even messier, Rathi has feelings for Pinley.
Because Rathi had a thing for Pinley.
Leading the team is Mensa, a skilled terraformer juggling her professional duties and the responsibility of raising 7 children. Among the crew is Garathan, a human enhanced with cybernetic tech that lets him interact directly with digital systems. Then there's Professor Bharadwaj, a geochemist with an odd habit. She's been quietly stashing bars of soap in her quarters for reasons no one fully understands. While the others work, Murderbot keeps itself entertained by tapping into the base's media feed. It's developed an obsession with soap operas and dramas.
The rise and fall of Sanctuary Moon.
As Murderbot is watching his soap opera, the others were working outside in the field. But that quiet is interrupted when something massive stirs beneath the surface. During a routine operation, an enormous sandworm bursts out of the ground.
Professor Bardwatch, Dr. Arata, run!
Without hesitation, Murderbot springs into action. The creature swallows Professor Bharadwaj, and Murderbot starts shooting at it. Finally, it neutralizes the creature and quickly and safely retrieves both Arada and Professor Bharadwaj. Dr. Arada, looking at the injury Murderbot got from the fight, froze and couldn't move.
Staring at my guts hanging out. I needed to do something fast.
Arada, shaken by the encounter, doesn't respond well, So in a rare moment of compassion, Murderbot lowers its visor and reveals its face to comfort her. It breaks one of its own deeply ingrained behavioral restrictions just to make a human feel safe.
Stay calm.
He then takes them back to safety. Once back at base, Murderbot is worried that they will finally discover that it is now working independently. Later, the team reviews Arata's helmet footage. What they see alarms them. The SEC unit has clearly gone off script.
Dr. Arata, what planet are you from originally?
It's making decisions beyond its programming, showing signs of independent thought and possibly emotional responses. Some worry it's a malfunction. Others fear it could be dangerous.
It is malfunctioning. If it weren't, maybe your lives wouldn't have been in danger.
Despite their unease, the group chooses not to report the incident to the company just yet. Activating the emergency beacon would take too long to get help, and frankly, they still need the bot's protection in the field. Murderbot is watching this discussion from where he is.
I heard all that and saw it from several angles.
Murderbot repairs itself. Then it is invited to hang out with the crew in the common room. Its suit was not done, it was getting repaired, so they even gave it a team uniform. Mensa thanks it for the rescue and, much to its discomfort, encourages it to say a few words. The attempt is awkward at best. Murderbot isn't great with public speaking, but it stumbles through it.
Speech or acid bath? Speech. Acid.
During all this, they begin to notice something strange. The maps provided by the company, supposedly accurate and secure, seem off. The creature that attacked them is not listed on the map. Certain zones aren't loading correctly, appearing as gray blocks where data should be. It's subtle but suspicious enough to raise concerns that something's been tampered with. Murderbot confirms that suspicion is not right.
But some spots aren't syncing properly.
After this, Murderbot proceeds to get back, but Mensa tells him he can stay in the common room. But Murderbot, not knowing how to interact, leaves. While all of this is happening, Murderbot keeps getting flashes of a memory, just 7 seconds long, but packed with violence and chaos.
Bad. Was that me causing all?
At the same time, the team is stressed, and Mensa is having panic attacks from time to time. As Murderbot is finishing up its repair, Mensa quietly approaches.
The hell was it now?
She doesn't make a big deal of it, but gently checks in, asking if Murderbot is all right. She compliments how he handles the situation with Arata. After she leaves, Murderbot contemplates what is happening. Does she suspect something, or is she getting involved? It is also scared of what it might do because it keeps getting flashbacks. It doesn't have the full picture, only fragments of what looks like a bloody incident, and it's clearly unsettling. A section of the team decides it's time to head out and take a closer look at one of the unsynced regions on the map, those suspicious gray areas that might be hiding something. With Murderbot temporarily offline for repairs, Mensa takes the opportunity to form her own opinion about what's really going on. She suspects the company might be hiding something, and she wants answers.
To find out what's been happening, we have to go to one of their areas.
The group can't decide on who is going. Eridas suggests they take the SEC unit, but Garathan disagrees, saying that he doesn't trust anything that comes from the company, which is met with disapproval from Rati.
Because you don't trust it.
That's correct.
Yes, but you don't trust anyone.
I trust.
Mensa tells the group that she talked to the SEC unit, and she thinks they can trust it. She also mentions it looks like it is going through something, but that only makes Garathan even more paranoid.
Seems like it's going through something.
As they are talking, the door suddenly opens, startling them, but it is only Professor Bharadwaj, and she has recovered enough to rejoin the group. Soon the decision is made. They'll investigate the anomaly themselves.
The missing areas on the maps, we have to go investigate.
When Murderbot comes back online and finds out, it's not impressed. In fact, it's thoroughly annoyed that the humans couldn't just stay put. Typical behavior, in its view, is curiosity always winning out over caution.
Stupid humans.
Despite it not being with them, it can monitor their activity. Finally, the repair is completed and Murderbot steps out. He goes to talk to Garathan. Garathan, however, remains deeply skeptical of Murderbot. He doesn't trust it and even tries to keep it in the dark about the group's plans.
The augmented human who had the system's ability to keep me in the dark.
When Murderbot enters the room, Garathan insists on seeing his face. As ordered, Murderbot reveals its human face. Despite the friction, Murderbot insists on joining the mission. Given how unpredictable the situation is, it believes its presence is necessary for safety.
Dr. Grathan, I recommend I join the team in the hopper.
Gurathan disagrees, openly expressing his distrust of it. Whenever he looks at him, he feels like there is something wrong. Murderbot realizes that his cover is unraveling.
I feel something's wrong.
Oh, shit.
While that unfolds, Mensa sets off alone, refusing Professor Bhardwaj's offer to follow her. Despite needing a geochemist, Mensa insists on going alone, telling Bhardwaj to stay there.
You can keep me safe by monitoring the hopper sensors.
Elsewhere, that messy tangle of feelings between Arata, Pinley, and Rati seems to sort itself out, surprisingly, into an open and mutual arrangement.
I think this is going to be great.
As Murderbot is walking in the hallway, Gurathan stops him. He starts telling him, within the Preservation Alliance, artificial constructs like Murderbot are considered individuals, not tools. In the Corporation Rim, bots like Murderbot are expected to follow any direct human command without hesitation. To test whether this still applies, Gurathan puts pressure on it, forcing it to maintain eye contact. Meanwhile, Mensa is on her way to explore one of the remote zones, climbing a steep ridge with heavy equipment.
Mensa, how's it going?
Gurathan keeps pressuring Murderbot to know more. He reminds it Sikh units aren't meant to form emotional bonds with humans. That's the job of another class of bot altogether. Comfort bots, built specifically for emotional connection. Murderbot's earlier display of concern for Dr. Arata goes directly against this programming, and Gurathan takes notice.
So I guess my question is, how is that possible?
Murderbot lies, saying it is in his programming, but he actually got it from a soap opera he was watching.
Okay, I got it from episode 537 of The Rise and Fall of
Back with Mensa, things begin to malfunction, tools glitch, and comms flicker, and it becomes clear she's struggling not just physically, but mentally. Murderbot picks up on the signs quickly. She's having another panic attack, and although she tries to keep moving, the crew sends out drones to monitor her status from a distance. Despite her stubbornness and refusal to turn back, she acknowledges Murderbot when it checks in.
Sec unit, how are you doing?
As Mensa continues her climb, another massive sandworm bursts from the ground, heading straight for her. But just as it seems ready to strike, it suddenly collapses mid-charge, as if something invisible forces it down. When they see the drone feed, the full picture becomes clear. The area she was exploring is actually the rim of a huge crater, and it's littered with the skeletal remains of dozens of similar creatures. Floating just above the site is a translucent, dome-like shield, nearly invisible to the naked eye. Its magnetic field is intense, so much so that one of their drones is crushed instantly when it flies too close. After this, Mensa manages to get back to the lab safely, clearly shaken but unharmed. The team starts to piece things together. The strange anomalies in the map might be linked to whatever's hidden beneath the sand, and this mysterious dome could be of alien origin. It would also explain why certain zones couldn't sync properly. Some kind of synthetic interference may be blocking access.
Alien synthetics could have glitched the survey satellite.
To learn more, they reach out to another team operating on the far side of the planet, Deltfall Survey. If anyone else has seen signs of this strange tech, it might be them.
Survey, this is Mensa, Head of Preservation. ARCS, please respond.
When the view shifts to Deltfall's lab, the situation is grim. The entire facility has been torn apart, walls damaged, equipment shattered, and warning sirens still blaring in the background. Their own Sikh unit lies in pieces, clearly overwhelmed by whatever hit them. Despite the risk, the Preservation Alliance team decides they need to investigate. The destruction is too serious to ignore.